In today's video, we're going to be talking about the importance of direct bicep training for the bodyweight athlete. Now, if you're not doing bicep training, you're potentially leaving strength on the table, increasing your chance of injury to the shoulder or the elbow. And let's face it, some direct bicep work can really help increase the size of your arms and help with that hypertrophy. Now, before you come after me with pitchforks saying, Daniel, this is a calisthenics, this is a bodyweight channel, hear me out. Listen to what I've got to say, because it's going to increase your performance and the size of those arms. Hey everyone, Daniel Vadnal here for Fitness FAQs. I want to start off today's video by talking about bicep training from a strength perspective. So those of us that do calisthenics, we know that the majority of the exercise that we do are compound, multi-joint, multi-muscle group exercises. These are things like pull-ups, muscle-ups, and chin-ups, and these are great exercises. These should serve the majority of your training. These should be the meat and potatoes, the 80% of the exercises that you do. If you are, keep doing that. That's great. That's what you need to progress. All I'm trying to get across in this video is that I don't want you to be dogmatic. Don't just be the calisthenics person. Don't be that extreme purist that doesn't use other tools that can be useful. Because as you're about to find out in this video, direct bicep training has its place. Now, when it comes to a set of pull-ups or muscle-ups, think of this practically. What's the first thing to get fatigued? What's stopping you from getting that next rep? It's your back, it's your lats, it's your scapular muscles on the middle of your back. Why this isn't the best, if that's all that we do, is that we're never going to get complete strength or overload throughout entire body. So if you're someone that has weak biceps, if the size of them isn't where you want it to be, then just doing pull-ups, just doing muscle-ups, just doing chin-ups is never going to overload the biceps maximally. This is why direct bicep training has its place for the calisthenics athlete. Let's cover the value of doing different bicep exercises for a different outcome. I want to start off by talking about the function of the bicep. So you've got shoulder flexion, lifting your arm up, and you've also got elbow flexion. And it's good to choose exercises which train those different functions depending on what you're looking to get. So if you're someone who's doing a ton of straight arm exercises, such as the planche, and you want to get stronger biceps and condition your biceps in a way which is specific and unique to these exercises, then doing a straight arm bicep exercise is perfect. This one here that I'm doing is amazing for the planche because it strengthens that first 45 degrees of shoulder flexion. So we're training the bicep in its shoulder flexion role. So you're still going to be stimulating the bicep, conditioning the distal tendons to straight arm demands, which is perfect for the planche, and just increasing the size of the bicep. It's a valuable exercise to supplement your compound training. Now we're going to be talking about the spider curl. So in this exercise, we're putting the shoulder into flexion. So the bicep is doing its shoulder flexion roll, and then we're overloading the elbow flexion aspect of the exercise. So this is perfect and has a great translation to exercises where the elbow is moving through range. So if you're thinking about chin-ups, you're thinking about pull-ups, you're thinking about one-arm chin-ups, we need to focus on that elbow flexion roll. With the spider curl, it's great because we're putting our shoulder into flexion so that we can overload the elbow flexion aspect of the bicep. This translation is beautiful. You're going to have stronger chin-ups, pull-ups, muscle-ups, one-arm chin-ups, and it's definitely going to help supplement and increase the size of your arms. Lastly, we can't go wrong with the good old-fashioned bicep curl with the arms by the side. This is a really good option if you're looking just for straight up overload to the biceps. The reason for this is you can use the most amount of weight in this exercise compared to the other two, meaning it's probably the best for overall muscular development of the bicep. We're doing an isolation exercise here. You need to really focus on that mind-muscle connection. That is a lot more valuable for isolation exercises because they're smaller muscle groups. You need to really connect with the exercise and only progress the weight when you can actually use good form. Good form in this exercise is elbows fully straight at the bottom of the exercise, getting a good peak contraction at the top, and controlling the weight on the way down. As I always say in all my videos, control the movement, don't let it control you. This is particularly true for bicep training with dumbbells and an isolated approach like this. I want to talk about the value of bicep training from an injury perspective. Now, if you're someone that gets shoulder pain or elbow pain and you notice that your biceps are weak or the size of them isn't really proportional to the rest of your body, then potentially bicep training can help you just eradicate those injuries. So without getting too complicated with the anatomy, the bicep goes from the shoulder to the elbow. So if you're someone who's got anterior shoulder pain and no matter what you do, you've been doing rotator cuff exercises for the back of your shoulder to increase the stability, to offload the anterior aspect of the shoulder, but that's not working, then you need to look elsewhere. You need to look at the opposite side of the joint. What else is providing stability to that shoulder girdle? This is the bicep. So direct bicep training can definitely help out with anterior shoulder pain if this is something that you're experiencing and it doesn't exacerbate your symptoms by doing bicep training. Now, we need to look further down, the elbow. If you're getting elbow issues, such as golfer's elbow, potentially weakness in the bicep may be feeding increased force, increased stress to that elbow complex. In terms of including bicep work in your calisthenics training program, keep it really simple. Don't have to overcomplicate it. Once per week, 3 sets using the standard rep range for isolating muscle groups, which would be anywhere from like 8 to 15 reps, and you'll be sweet. So you'll be more likely to prevent injuries to the shoulder and the elbow. You're going to increase the strength of your bicep just because direct isolation work is definitely a requirement if all that you do is compound exercises. And let's face it, you're probably going to get some hypertrophy or muscle size gains in your arms, which never hurts. Basically, I just want you guys to reduce the dogma using the best tools for the job to increase performance, decrease injury, and just get the most out of your practice. Thumbs up if you enjoyed today's video. If you enjoy these longer form videos, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll catch up with you all very soon on Fitness FAQs.